Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Ant on Music. I am of course your humble host Ant, and we are deep into No Shave November, as you can tell. I'm doing my best imitation of Santa Claus, getting ready for the holidays. And this is a holiday week here in the States. We are coming up on Thanksgiving. So we are well into the holiday season, and the music is getting released by leaps and bounds. Like every day it seems like there's another thing that's going to be released in the following week, and it's really hard to keep up with everything. So this week we got a ton of stuff. I'm not going to waste much time talking about what else is going on. We're going to get into music. We have not one but two box sets. We're going to kick off with one and finish with another. Got some colored vinyl in there as well. We've got a picture disc, which, as I always say, I'm not a big picture disc guys, but I do make exceptions. We've also got, what else do we got? Live stuff, you name it, it's in here. So let's hop on right into it. If you dig what I do, subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right. Thumbs up is always good, and comment. Love to talk. If there's something you'd like me to do a show about, drop a suggestion. I'm definitely open to them. So let's kick this off right away. First box set. Probably my all-time favorite band, all right? And that would be Marillion. Okay, I've been following Marillion probably since freshman year of high school, so a very long time. And this is the hype sticker off of their latest box set, all right? This comes in two configurations, very strange. Ordered both. The one I ordered second showed up first, and the one that I ordered first, don't know where it's at. Be coming at a later date. We'll talk about that one when it comes in. But this is Marillion's This Strange Engine box, all right? The 2024 edition. And it is a massive, I believe it's 5 LPs, right? Yeah, 5 LPs. And as usual, Marillion's been putting out these box sets for a few years now, going back through their catalog, and they're fantastic. Okay, so what you have here is a booklet from the time period of when this all occurred, and in it, aside from photographs, you get the story as to what was going on with them and their record contract and the making of the album and everything surrounding the band at that time, as well as the lyrics and liner notes, of course. And there's the center page of this, shows you the track listing on the original album, which is Man of a Thousand Faces. Absolutely love that song. One Fine Day is another excellent song, side 2. You have 80 Days, and then my favorite song from this time, which is Estonia. Got to tell you a really cool story about that. So back when I started going to Marillion weekends, I just lost my mom. All right, and it was really in a dark place. And if you know the lyrics to Estonia, you know it's about loss. And I had the opportunity. I was at the Marillion weekend up in Montreal, and Steve Hogarth was there at the soundboard checking out the opening act. And there was people talking to him and whatnot. So I went up just with the idea of talking to him for a second. And there was a woman in front of me that was talking to him, and you could tell he was getting a bit anxious as to ending the conversation. And he finally did. And I went to him. He goes, I have to get backstage. He goes, we're getting ready to go on. He says, I just wanted to thank you for Estonia. I said, I recently lost my mom, and it really helped me get through. He stopped on a dime, turned to me, and we had a talk for about 5-7 minutes. And he was really the sweetest guy, very kind, very generous with his time. And after that conversation was over, he goes, I really have to run. And he did. And he went backstage, and later on during the weekend, they had this little competition where Steve would announce 2 songs. And one, based on applause by the audience, would be played. So he had 2 songs, one of them being Estonia. The applause was pretty equal right down the side. And without even giving it a second chance for more applause, he just literally turned to the band and goes, Estonia. And they broke right into Estonia. And it was such a moment for me. It was really fantastic. So that's my Steve Hogarth story. I have a great picture of me and him at I don't think it's that weekend, but another weekend. And he's a cool dude, as all the guys in the band are. Continuing on with this Strange Engine box set, you have Memory of Water, which I actually like the remix version of that better, the big beat version. An Accidental Man, Hope for the Future, another phenomenal song. And it ends with the title track, which is one of my favorite lyrics from them with This Strange Engine. It's about how, Steve grew up, and it's really a phenomenal song. If you've never heard it, check it out. Also on this, the other 3 LPs are comprised of a live show from Grand Rapids back in September of '97. So, and those are all here. All the vinyl themselves, they're basic black, nothing really special to see there. Track listing on this is the intro, then they go into Estonia, Lap of Luxury, Hard as Love, which is a great tune, 80 Days. The classic Warm Wet Circles from the Fish era, Man of a Thousand Faces, Season's End, This Town Has Made Me What I Have Become, Slan Navage, another Fish era track, King, great tune there. You got a bass solo from Pete, right into the title track of This Strange Engine, Easter, one of Steve Rothery's more beautiful moments that he's ever recorded, White Russian, and finishing off with the classic Garden Party. So this is also available on a CD and I believe Blu-ray, which somewhere out there is my copy floating around waiting for it to arrive. So that's the first box set of 2 we have this week. So we'll get this put away and we'll move on to a couple of plain old regular albums. Why not? And this show is kind of all over the place this week. We've got, the very prog of Marillion right here, the latter-day prog of them. And now we're going to move on to the 2 heaviest albums I got to show you this week. These are re-releases as well. I'm glad that these finally came out on vinyl again. The originals on these are selling for a ridiculous amount of money, so I'm glad to see, it's like literally like $200, $250 for these albums on Discogs and in record stores. I'm not paying that. I have them on CD, but I wanted them on vinyl, and it's kind of cool. So the first one, all right, you can tell it's heavy. It's from, Nuclear Blast, and it is on a almost like transparent silver vinyl, and it is the granddaddies of thrash. For me, this is the band of all the thrash bands. These are the guys, they're still out there working it, and I think, like right now, they're at a good place as far as the band goes, under the watchful eyes of Mr. Gary Holt. Of course, I am talking about Exodus, and they re-released the Atrocity Exhibition, Exhibit A and Exhibit B. They re-released them together. And of course, you've got, and for a band that sometimes has some cartoony artwork, this is pretty brutal artwork that you have here with the Atrocity Exhibition. And it is a gatefold sleeve with your lyrics and liner notes there. And this is the Rob Dukes fronted version of the band. And show you just one of the slabs of vinyl because, we're pressed for time. I don't want to take up too much time. And also, they're in basic black sleeves. There's nothing to see. So, you have that. It's a very cool looking, almost transparent silver right there. And for this album, you've got some great tracks on here. It kicks off with Call to Arms, Riot Act, Funeral Hymn. I believe Children of a Worthless God is on this as well. Yep. And it was this, and as it was, it soon shall, as it was, it soon shall be. The Atrocity Exhibition, Iconoclasm, The Garden of Bleeding, and Bedlam. And side D has nothing on it. So let's take a look at that. I wonder what's going on with side D on this record. Did we do anything special? Did we just leave it blank? And it looks like it has got all sorts of grooves on it, but it doesn't look like it has anything. So I'm wondering if they have a hidden track on here, which I'm going to have to give a listen to. Is this just arrived? I know on the CD and on the download version, there is a bonus track that is like a bluegrass version of a classic Exodus tune. I won't give it away, especially if it's not on this, but you can go look that up. So that is Exhibit A of the Atrocity Exhibition. And this is Exhibit B, The Human Condition. And the last one's on silver, so this one's on gold. All right. And we've got The Ballad of Leonard and Charles, Beyond the Pale, Hammer and Life, Class Dismissed, The Hate Primer, love that song, Downfall, March of the Sycophants, Nanking, Burn, Hollywood Burn, Democide, The Sun is My Destroyer, A Perpetual State of Indifference, Good Riddance, and this has the bonus track listed here, which is The Devil's Teeth. So you can take a look at the back there, and this is a pretty cool gatefold in here. What's better than having your whole band decapitated in the artwork? Not much as far as I'm concerned. Once again, plain black sleeves. We will take a look at just one of the slabs of vinyl on this because, like I said, time constraints. Don't want to bore you. And that is a gorgeous golden tinged Exodus album. And, not really a huge fan of Rob Dukes, but these albums are, done well, performed well. They're produced very well, and the riffing on here is phenomenal. I mean, Gary Holt is just, he is like a god when it comes to his riff-making ideas. It's insane how talented that dude is. So that covers both Exodus releases. Now let's go on to the one picture disc we have. We have a picture disc up there, and we also have this box set here. And I hope we've reached the end of the road as far as milking this cow. All right, and that's the Eric Carr Unfinished Business Picture Disc, or as at this point it should be called the Never Ending Business, because they keep re-releasing stuff from Eric. And if you go back, you may want to take a look at one of my earlier episodes. I have a great Eric Carr story back when I had the opportunity to interview him. I interviewed him. It was his last interview here in New York before he was diagnosed and eventually passed from cancer. And he was a great guy, very humble, very sweet. And the interview was very funny, and I talk about it on another episode. So this is the Unfinished Picture Disc LP. And it even says on here, the sound quality isn't as good as a conventional disc. And we know that. It's a picture disc. That's why I'm not big into collecting many of them. And it even has here the liner notes inside with a poster. And the poster is the same poster that they had from a previous release, but with different colors. And they didn't even bother really updating this, because when you read the notes, it says this double LP. It's not a double LP. The double LP is in the collector's box. All right. So this is a pretty standard looking picture disc. Both sides the same, and the track listing mirrors most of what's on the box set, but it's not everything. So we have on here, Eric speaks to the fans, then Just Can't Wait, Trouble Inside You, Eric speaks about his music, No One's Messing With You, Car Jam 1981, Eric talks about his Kiss audition, Shandy, All Hell's Breaking Loose, then on side 2, Doll L for Love, Elephant Man, Eric talks about Mark St. John, Midnight Stranger, Eyes of Love, Bill Coyne talks about Eric, and then we have Through the Years, I Cry at Night, and Eric jokes around at rehearsal. So that's this. Hopefully, I really hope it's the last one. I feel somewhat obligated to pick it up because of the very human connection I had with Eric, the one chance I got to meet him, just such a dynamite human being. So that's that. Take a look at the back. You get all the track listing there, and Eric behind the kit. Happy to have it in my collection because it's Eric Carr. I'm not going to say anything other than that. But, I have the box, and, I didn't charge it, but the eyes light up on it. It's very cool. And if you go back in another episode, you can see about the box. Next up, we have got a live album from one of my favorite prog bands. This is a band from Sweden. This is the Flower Kings. I absolutely love the Flower Kings. I think Roy Stolt, their guitarist, who has played with John Anderson. He is in Transatlantic with Mike Portnoy and Neil Morse and Pete Truavis from Marillion. You know, I believe he's one of the most underrated guitarists out there. He's been around forever. He's played with Steve Hackett. I mean, his pedigree is impeccable. And this is a double album. Once again, show you one of the albums. And I picked the green edition on this. They call it Leaves Green. It's kind of a marbleized effect on there, and it shows pretty well. I could tell on the camera. And it is a great 2-disc set. It is from Construction Records, so it's going to be hard to come by, all right? And it is limited edition. I don't know what they limited the edition to, but it is limited edition. I got the CD earlier in the year, and I absolutely love it. Probably going to end up listening to the CD more because they had to split one of the major tracks on here onto 2 sides of vinyl, which always drives me nuts. But this has the Garden of Dreams medley and What If God Is Alone on side 1. Side 2 is just the big puzzle. All 20 minutes and 45 seconds of it. I'll show you the back there. With the track listing, you got on side 3, The Dream and Dave for Peace. And then you've got part 1 of Stardust We Are. And then the final part of Stardust We Are, which is a whopping 20 minutes and 20 seconds. Great track. Inside, got some awesome photos of the band kicking it live right there. If you've never heard the Flower Kings, experiencing them live is phenomenal. They are one of my bucket lists to see live. I've only experienced them live on vinyl, CD, and Blu-ray, DVD. Just phenomenal live. I did have the opportunity to see Rowan with Transatlantic back in 2010 on the Whirlwind Tour, and he was just amazing. Absolutely amazing guitarist. Next, we have the shortest thing we got to show you. Then we're going to get into the longest thing we have to show you this week. And this is the Pineapple Thief, all right? Bruce Sword and Company. And if you know anything about, Prague, you will know that probably the hardest working, most sought after, and talented drummers on the planet plays with the Pineapple Thief, aside from playing with King Crimson when Crimson was an operating faction, when plays with so many different groups. And now I'm talking about none other than Gavin Harrison. And this is just a 5-track EP. It is on dark green. Once again, nothing inside. It is a dark green album as described. And on here we have All Because of Me and Last to Run on side A. And side B we have Election Day, The World to Me, and No Friend of Mine. This is basically stuff that didn't make it onto the last album. It leads to this, the sessions for that. And it doesn't sound like leftovers. It's really excellent music. And, always nice to have something from Pineapple Thief, the Pineapple Thief in my collection. They just went through town. Fortunately, I didn't get a chance to see them. Hopefully next time. So that's that. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Monster box set for this week. It's so damn big, it actually comes with not 1 but 2 hype stickers. It is 8 LPs long. And it is a lot of the album from U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. So there is hype sticker number 1. And here is hype sticker number 2. And this is a 20th anniversary deluxe box set. It comes with a live concert. It comes with tracks that weren't released and they were found in the vault, how to reassemble an atomic bomb, and we're going to take a look at everything. And this sucker is huge and it is heavy. Look at this thing. It is a beast. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That is a lot of material to work your way through. In addition to the albums, they also have this great book from one of their co-conspirators that's done all their photography work for years, and that's Anton Corbin. And this is it's pretty cool. It's like a table, like a coffee table book. Got some great pictures that have not been seen before contained therein, and this is How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. We'll take a look at a few of the pictures and we'll get into the albums themselves. And there's probably no one more talented when it comes to black and white photography than Anton. He gets amazing detail in his photos, and they're just incredibly gorgeous for that medium. Take a look at a couple more. Here's one of each of the band members individually. Just stunning photography work. So in addition to that, we've got a set of lithos, all right, from the band, all right? And these are pretty cool. This one's from Bono. I think the first one was from Larry. Bono has a bunch of these in here. Just go through these pretty quickly. And all warfare is based on deception, from The Art of War by Sun Tzu. The Edge. So you have that. And then they actually give you music. How about that? This giant box set with this cool stuff. And believe it or not, inside here, there is additional artwork, but you're not really going to be able to see it. And I'm not ripping this to show you. How about that? So then you get into the music. All right. So you have the remastered version of the album, right? That's on here. That's How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. And I have another version up there, another anniversary edition up there on red vinyl, which is cool. So you have this. I also have the original CD, DVD version back there as well. I am a closet U2 fan. I admit it. I dig them. A lot of people slag them off, but not on my watch. I dig them. Like I said, basic black with the bomb on there. And the track listing on this is Vertigo, which has a really cool remix version of it as well. Might as well show you the back of that. You got a little photography there. And you also have Miracle Drug. Sometimes you can't make it on your own, which I really dig. Love and Peace or Else. City of the Blinding Nights is a great tune. All Because of You. A Man and a Woman. Crumbs for Your Table is a very cool ballad. I like that song. One Step Closer. Original of the Species, Yahweh, and Fast Car is another great tune. So you have that. And this comes with a booklet as well. It's like they didn't cheap out on this box set, that much I'll tell you. And this is like the original booklet that came with it. You know, just to show you a couple there. Got lots more to go through, so let's keep going. Keep moving forward. Let's go. Next thing you have is How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, the remixes. And you get remix versions, you know, you get Vertigo, the Radonka Power Mix, Vertigo, the Trent Reznor remix, which I really dig. Vertigo, Jackknife Lee's mix, which is also excellent. Fast Cars by Jackknife Lee, All Because of You, the Kilohertz Fly remix. All Because of You, the Radonka Indian Summer mix. City of the Blinding Nights, the Paradise Soul Vocal Mix. City of the Blinding Nights done by Hot Chip. One Step Closer, the Asian Temple Mix. Miracle Drug from Radonka, and Miracle Drug Radonka Zootopia Vocal Mix. And you've got the interior, which will cause you to be delirious and fall into a trance, I'm sure. Next up, and this is another one of the big gimmies. This is How to Reassemble an Atomic Bomb. These are the missing tracks. And we have Picture of You, X plus W, Evidence of Life, Luckiest Man in the World, which is a great track. Treason, I Don't Want to See You Smile, Country Mile, Happiness, Are You Gonna Wait Forever, theme from The Batman, and All Because of You 2. Not You 2, but You 2. Got the back there and the gate. And this is a single album here. You know, basic black vinyl, so nothing spectacular to show you there. And let's see. And the big gimme on this is a previously unreleased on vinyl or disc concert from Chicago in 2005. Okay. And this has got an outstanding track listing on it too. So you've got Larry and Bono right there. If you notice, take a good look, you can see the Coexist blindfold basically on Bono there. And this has got a really good, you know, track listing, I guess you would, you know, not track listing, you know, concert. So we've got City of the Blinding Lights, Vertigo, Stories for Boys, Elevation, The Cry, The Electric Company classic U2 track, Uncut Dub, and Into the Heart, Beautiful Day, which is a fantastic latter-day track, New Year's Day, It doesn't get much better than that. Miracle Drug, Sometimes You Can't Make It on Your Own. Love and Peace or Else, Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Bullet the Blue Sky, one of my favorite tracks from 1987's The Joshua Tree. Running to Stand Still from the same album, Pride in the Name of Love, off of Unforgettable Fire. Where the Streets Have No Name, One. Zeus Station, The Fly, Mysterious Ways, All Because of You, Original of the Species, Yahweh, and of course the U2 classic closer, 40. And this is a triple album set. So just go show you a quick look at all that. And that'll wrap up this week. So you get to see all the band members represented on the sleeves of the album. Very cool. So that is everything I have to show you for this week. I want to make sure, yeah, we showed you that one. I just want to make sure there's nothing else hidden in here. So that's everything I have to show you for this week. I really do appreciate you stopping by, checking out my channel. I love it when you converse with me. It makes my day. Click like, drop a comment, subscribe, share it on other platforms. Tell your friends about this show. I think it's awesome. Kidding. I really do appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully, if the mail ever arrives from Denmark, I'll have something for you from one of my favorite neo-prog bands that by way of death metal, The Last Will and Testament of Opeth. Still waiting on that one to arrive at my door. So hopefully next week, we'll see. And anyhow, next week is Record Store Black Friday. Not a tremendous amount of stuff out there that I want for a change, but there's still a couple of things I'm going to pick up. There always is. So thank you so much for checking out the channel. As I always say, peace, one love, music. I'm out.